Hey guys, I figured it was time for an update on my 2017 ball python breeding season. You can see there's lots of stickers and colors and post-it notes, so I figured I'd go through some of the females and show you guys what I've got cooking for this year. Up first we have this nice Toffino female. She has had her ovulation and just waiting on that prelay shed now. She was paired to a Toffino spider, a toffee, a regular Toffino, all sorts of stuff. So there definitely should be some nice visuals out of that pairing. Here we've got just an albino female who's been instrumental in many of the toffee and Toffino projects that I've been working on. This girl is coming up on 9 years old, and she's been a great breeder for me. So same stuff. She's just been bred to a toffee, Toffino spider. Just shooting for a whole bunch more visuals with her. So this girl I've got on ovulation watch, just because her follicles are so huge. She could ovulate any day now. So she's with actually a pure toffee male there, who earlier today was locked up with her, and this is a 2016 male. So I'm pretty proud of myself for being able to raise him up quickly enough to get him in some late season pairings here. So hopefully we can get some nice toffees out of this pairing. This female here is one of my favorite normals because she's so brown. She doesn't have a lot of black in her. Of course, right now she's actually glowing because she's gravid. She's got pretty huge follicles. Hiding underneath her here is my little Cypress spider male. He hasn't locked with this female, but he has locked already, and that's another 2016 male. So really hoping to get some awesome Cypress and Cypress spider combos. But again, with this pairing, this female's just been, she's kind of, because she's a normal, I've just been pairing her to all sorts of things. What the male I think that'll father her clutch is probably my cinnamon queen bee male, but that's the fun of these things, and that's kind of what I do with the normal females now. I just throw everything at them and see what sticks, so it's kind of extra fun to open those clutches, I think. This is another normal female here who has ovulated, just waiting on her shed. She has been bred to a whole slew of different males as well. Banana super enchy, cinnamon queen bee, all sorts of different stuff. So again, that'll be a fun one when they're hatching out. We're here, we've got a het hypo female. She's been bred to a Mojave het hypo male. This female has slugged out for me a couple times. She's always been in the bottom of the rack here, but just this past before the season started, I switched out all the heating. So these guys have nice heat panels, just like a Freedom Breeder or an ARS rack, and the ones on the bottom actually have 2 heat panels. So I'm hopeful this year that she's going to give me a nice healthy clutch, and hopefully I get some hypo Mojaves in there. This girl here has ovulated and shed. You can hear she's not too happy with me. She is a het albino. This is actually the mother of my original world first Toffino. So she's been pretty instrumental as well as that albino female I showed you earlier in, starting off all my projects and helping to further them along. So she's been bred by, standard stuff like the others in those projects. Toffee, Toffino spider, all that. So we'll see what comes out of that pairing. This female here is probably my biggest ball python, I think. She has laid a couple clutches for me in the past, and the biggest one, which was my biggest ball python clutch ever, was 14 eggs this female laid. So she's an important girl in the collection, even though she is just a normal. And as with the other normals, I've kind of just put a whole bunch of different males, and we'll see what I get when they hatch out. Got a really nice lock here from these two. So this is pied female to super enchy banana male. So that will be very exciting if I can get some babies out of that, and eventually hit, maybe someday a super enchy banana pied. This female here is building nicely. This will be her first year breeding. She's an enchy bumblebee, and she's been bred by my Butter Sterling and Orange Dream Fire Lesser. I'm hoping the Orange Dream Fire Lesser gets her. That should make for a really cool clutch, and should get some 4, 5, and 6 gene animals in that clutch. So I can feel she's got 5 follicles right now, so not a whole lot in terms of chances to get those combos, but that's what makes it fun. This girl right here, you can see, is in full-blown ovulation right now. So for those of you that don't know, we'll see how well it shows up on camera, but what is the dead giveaway for me is this ridge along here. Now I'll try to lift her up a little, so hopefully you can see this ridge that I'm talking about. And so she's, this whole lower third or last third of her body is swelling up. She's got some tail suck going, you know, it's almost like they pinch it off and kink their tail like a hose almost, and like they're trying to contain all this pressure in here. So that, for those of you, you know, first time breeders and newbies and stuff like that, that's what you're looking for ovulation. And of course she's also glowing like crazy right now compared to what she looks like for the rest of the year. This female is a 50% possible het toffee, possible het albino. She's been bred by a few toffee animals, but I also threw the Super Enchi banana that you just saw with the pied in with her. So she looks pretty uncomfortable, so let's leave her alone. Now here we've got another, this is a 50% possible het toffee female. And I put in this GHI Mojave male, another 2016 male of mine that I've been able to get breeding. These two were locked up this morning, and I did that. I'm not because I have big plans for any kind of toffee or toffino GHI projects, although that would be cool. But this female has huge follicles, and she's going to ovulate any day now. So that's why I threw the young male in, because, you know, he's not going to have a lot of power like a you know, an adult male would. He might only have 1 or 2 good locks in him. So I decided to put him with her to hopefully get some nice GHIs out of that, and we'll worry about the possible het later. Here we've got a nice lesser female in shed. This is actually her pre-lay shed that she's in right now. I missed the ovulation on this girl, but I can tell that it's her pre-lay because when I palpate her, I'm no longer feeling those hard marble-like follicles, but instead it sort of feels like water balloons, kind of just soft bags in her, and so I can tell she's ovulated. So she was bred actually to a solar het pied male. So the solar is not a gene that a lot of people are familiar with. It's similar to Orange Dream, so we'll see what the solar lesser looks like, and if it's cool, then maybe we'll get it into pied and all that stuff as well. Another lesser here. This female is not that far in her development, but I can definitely feel follicles in her, so I've got her still getting paired up. I've been breeding my Super Enchi banana to this female. Another old girl that's been in my collection for a while, coming up on, she's almost 10 years old. This is just a pastel, but she has held her color amazingly. You can see I love this spot on her, this big blushed out spot. And she's been bred to, you know, a couple different males, killer queen bee male and kingspin male. So we'll see. She's a big girl, so she'll probably lay lots of eggs. So we'll see what comes out of that. This girl's another one of my old timers, big old spider female. She's got some nice follicles in her. She's been bred to a couple different things, Orange Dream Lesser Fire being the main one, so we'll see. She's really glowing. She almost looks like a honeybee, a hypo spider, but she's just a regular spider, and she's a big girl too, so we'll see how many eggs she lays. This is a lesser bee female. That's got me a little confused. I've been checking her, and I thought I would catch her ovulation any day here, but I palpated her last night, and it feels like she's full of eggs, not follicles. So I missed it. So kind of, and she has shed as well. So really any day, it could be tomorrow, she might lay. So I hate not knowing when they're gonna lay, but at least I know that she's close. So we'll see. She has been bred to Silver Bullet and Super Stripe male. Now this girl, I'm not entirely sure if she's at the end or the beginning of her ovulation, but you can sort of see, at least I can see, that ridge that I was talking about earlier. Let's try not to stress her out too much here. Get it from the other side here. So yeah, she is somewhere in the process of ovulating right now. She doesn't, the ridge isn't quite so prominent, but you know, there's definitely something going on, and she is glowing like crazy. This is just a regular hidden gene woma. No granite or yellow belly in there like a lot of them. So she's been bred by the Butter Sterling male, so hopeful for that. That'll be some really cool babies out of this one. This girl I'm anticipating is going to lay first, except for that confusing lesser B female I just showed you guys. But yeah, this girl is on track. She's the first ovulation that I caught, and she has shed now, and she is due on April 18th, I believe, and the day I'm filming this is the 7th, so she's getting there. Fire Cinnamon, bred to the Butter Sterling, Super Stripe, Silver Bullet, all sorts of stuff, so she's kind of a small girl, won't lay that big of a clutch, but should be a good one. This is a big chunky Fire female getting bred by the Super Stripe. The Super Stripe is on loan to me from a nice friend that was so kind as to lend him to me. This girl is not that far in her development. She's starting to swell up a little bit, but her follicles, she's probably still a couple months away from ovulating. So, but yeah, so getting her bred up, and hopefully we get some potential combos that'll eventually lead me to a Fire Super Stripe someday. This girl here I'm very excited about. She has sentimental value because this is just a pastel female, but she still technically belongs to a good friend of mine. Friend of mine I've had since childhood, and he was very excited to get the snake when he moved out, and then he had to move back in with his parents, and that was a no-no from mom. So she lives here now, but she's got huge follicles, and the reason I'm so excited for her pairing is she was bred by the Cypress Spider male. So I had 2 really good locks with him on her, and like I said, she's got huge follicles, so she should be ovulating within the next couple weeks. So hopefully we get some Cypress bumblebees out of her. That'll be really, really cool. This last one here is just another Posset Toffee, bred to the whole slew of Toffee gene project animals. This girl's she's 50% Posset Toffee or albino, so we'll see what we get out of that. Again, with most of those other ones, just looking for more visuals. So yeah, so that's it for now. I think I've got, so far, I think it's about 22, maybe 23 females that I'm 99% sure are going to lay something. Who knows if it'll be eggs or slugs. I'm hopeful that with my new heat panel system on these racks, I won't have any slugs or anything like that. The females, especially in the bottom of the racks, are responding really well. You can actually see I've got quite a concentration of gravid females down there. So, and those are the ones with the double panels. So maybe that says something. I don't know, but it's shaping up to be my biggest season yet. Some of the coolest pairings, and hopefully the coolest hatchlings I've ever had. And you guys will be here for the ride, so stay tuned, and thanks for watching.